See those 4 trucks behind me? Those are the only vehicles here at the Hopedale Marina. It started Mardi Gras week, or the weekend before Mardi Gras, and it was a rainy morning. It's supposed to be kind of a rainy day, so maybe that's why no one's here. I'm gonna head out, see if I can find some trout. There are gnats crawling all over me. So first thing I'm gonna do, put on the Amber Romance. Well, I haven't gone far out of Hopedale Marina. My depth finder says the surface temperature here is 62. So that's definitely warm enough for speckled trout activity. Let's start with a top water. First fish, speckled trout. I know I started out with that top water, but I didn't like it in this little bayou I was in, so I switched about right away to the jerk bait, to the Rapala X-Wrap in olive green. Not a huge one, but certainly a keeper. This is the first speckled trout I've caught in like 7 weeks. I am ecstatic to be back on these guys. Ah, man, that was a big hit. A nice speck. Oh yeah. Come here, baby. It's a nice, good 15-incher, probably 16. Right there, hanging out along the grass line in this pond. Responded nicely to that jerk bait. There we go. There's a nice trout here. Yes. Beautiful trout. I got hit there on the last cast, and this cast I connected. Boom. I'm still catching on this jerk bait. I haven't seemed to be able to get off of it. Tried some other methods, but this one seems to be holding. There we go. Little guy took the jerk bait to it. Yeah, it might be close, but pretty small. Wow, that's a little bit. That is a little trout. I used to think that the little ones would not take these jerk baits, but maybe it's a summer thing. They don't in the summer, but in the wintertime, they're hitting this thing. Yeah, so these little bayous that I've been catching the trout in are not deep. These are like 4 foot deep, 3-4 foot deep. Jerk bait is no longer a big trout bait. In fact, catches teeny peewees. By the way, the water clarity is nice today. It's probably 1.5 foot clarity, maybe 2 foot. Water's nice and green. I spooked a redfish back there, so put on a gold spoon. There we go. Man, this redfish hit this spoon quite a few times before it finally connected. A nice. There you go. Gold spoon right in the corner of the mouth. Nice size fish. So I typically use a leader with these gold spoons also. This time I just tied it right onto the braid, and it's kind of a white braid, but that redfish didn't care. I moved over from the spoil canal area to along the Mr. Go, more in the Glenna Lagoon area. Water here is beautiful, probably 3-foot clarity. There we go. Ah, well, that was a trout. So that trout hit it in a 7-foot deep canal. There we go. Holy cow. Good fish here. It's a good fish there. So, second fish in 2 casts, 2 fish. I lost the first one. They're hitting this jerkbait in the canal is, well, it's about 10-11 foot right there where this one came in at. And they're still coming up for the jerkbait. Well, no more. I got those first 2 casts, or 2 consecutive casts. I got trout. But it is deep here, and I want to fish on the bottom. That was my original intent. So I'm going to put the jerkbait down for a little bit, see what happens on the bottom. All trout, but on the Chalmette rig. There's one. That's 2 trout. That's 2 casts and 2 trout. A little bit bigger. So you'll see this trailer. I unhooked the hook, but you can see I have to pull this thing out of its gullet. That trout ate it down. Because this trailer just floats free in the water, and they'll suck it down. They're not quick to spit that out. Some response on this green hornet. I had it on a weedless jig head. I need to get it off. I'm going to retie it, just put a 3/8 ounce on. Alright, 3/8 ounce jig head with the green hornet matrix shad. It's a keeper. So that was a little odd. There were some fish very anxious to bite on that green hornet. But once I caught a couple of them, then they just completely, either there were no other interested fish, or my guess is that they decided it wasn't so interesting anymore. So I got a couple bites, a couple fish, and that was it. Whoa! Giant redfish exploded on this topwater bait. There's not a smaller fish. Oh! Go. Nice fish. Caught him in the stomach, but I'm sure he went for it. Caught him right off the bank, off a point. A nice 16-incher. Pretty fish. So it's about 2 o'clock. I'm gonna head in. I think the trout's feeding period has ended. I haven't caught any for a while. And so I'm gonna call it a day too. I need to feed as well. Been great to be out here. I hadn't been able to fish for close to 2 months, and but got some time now. So I'll get out some videos. Hey, thanks for watching, and I hope you can get out and fish too.